everyone, so this is going to be a sideline sequence short video here to work those glute muscles on the side. So this one again we do in the classes. The sideline position helps strengthen the gluteus muscle sequence on the side of your hips and the back on that butt area. So starting off this position, lying nice and long, you want to make sure your hips, knees and ankles are all in line here. Those hips should be rolled forward, so they shouldn't be back here, so you roll forward. This will help keep us in the right line and target the muscles we want. And then I'm going to bend that lower leg. So again, the aim is to bend it roughly at 90 degrees, and this will make it easier and stabilize the hips. Keep the two legs long is optional if you want it. It's going to make the exercises a lot harder because it's going to be harder to stabilize the hips. But if you're comfortable with that leg bent 90 degrees, we're going to hold at that position there. So we're going to start off in our sequence. So we're going to start off with the side leg lift. Opposite top hand for balance, other leg coming in. So we work through the breathing if we can. Nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we lift. So it's a simple side leg lift here. We're working through this sequence now. If we're not feeling it in this area, just making sure your foot is gently tilted in towards you. You're rotating that hip in the way, and you should feel that more on that side position. Again, just making sure everything's nice and stacked as we lift through that exhale, inhale, coming back down. So working through the sequence, exhale, way up, inhale, coming back down. Good, we're in 3 more. Exhale, now up. Inhale, coming back down. Keeping the focus on that side of the hip. Last one on the side. And recover. Let that leg recover, relax for a few seconds. Let the muscles relax out of that one there. So as you relax, it's going to explain the next exercise. It's going to go into that draw the line sequence. So the leg is coming off slightly. Again, we're trying to have that wee gap there. So the top leg isn't relaxed at all. It's always working. It's off that other leg. Hips nice and aligned. You're going to point the toes away from the body as I go forward. Flex that ankle going back as I go back. Point going away, going forward. Flex as I go back. Again, you can imagine your leg is on an invisible table and you're trying to challenge, keeping the same line back and forth on this sequence. So from your resting position, we're going to get ready to move into that draw the line position. So nice deep breath in. When you're ready, exhale, lift that leg up. And then breathe in as you point the toes away, exhale as we go back. And again, try and control the movement of the leg forward and back. Nice, controlled. Hips nice and in line, forward and back. And again, try and keep the hips nice and stable as you go forward, and stable as you go back. Point the toes away going forward, flex the toes towards you as you go back. Just going through the sequence now, forward and back. Again, if you ever need a recovery, just take a recovery, come back in. If you find it uncomfortable, take a rest and come back in. Go to assist as far as your muscles allow. Just try and build on that, to build on that stability of the hip. Point the toes going away, going forward, flex as we go back. We'll do 2 more on this line. Breathe in, going away, breathe out, going back. Last one here. And relax again. Relax that hip, relax that side for a few seconds. So again, as that leg relaxes, we'll just explain the next one. We're going to go into your hip circles. So this time the leg is up again. Nice deep breath in, and through the exhale and inhales, we just draw on that circle motion with the entire leg. Again, we're trying to work just the top leg. Bottom leg is nice and stable, nice and solid. Controlled circles one way, and then we'll do controlled circles the other way in the next sequence. So from that resting position, if we're ready, take a nice deep breath in, exhale, lift that leg up, breathe in, breathe out through your circles. And again, the bigger the circle, the harder it's going to be, but we want to always maintain control of the circle, so we want to go fast and lose the hips. Keep the hips nice and solid, move them from that hip joint. Nice and controlled in that circle as they rotate through. Good, gently change direction of your circle when you're ready. Other way. Control that circle. Control, control. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. And tap that side out for that recovery. Good. So from there, we're going to change direction, go into that other side, work in that other sideline position. So we just gently change around to the other side on our mats. And again, our setup again is important. So we're going to roll those hips forward, hips, knees, ankles all in line. Everything is nice and stacked. And again, we're bending that lower leg to get ourselves ready. Now, sometimes this side will tire quicker because the other sides aren't even work, so it's going to be tougher to maintain that hip stability. If you need a rest again throughout this, take a recovery, come back in when you can. We're going to go back into that starting position, that leg lift, leg length degrees. Hips again, making sure they're rolled forward, so we're targeting that area. We're going to begin our sequence now, so nice deep breath in through your exhale when you're ready on that leg lift. Breathe in, coming back down. Exhale to lift, breathe in, coming back down. Again, we're just targeting that side. We're just trying to go through the breathing as we lift that leg up slightly. Breathe in, coming back down. Again, you can recover every time, or you can let that leg hover at the lower point to make it a little bit harder, keeping that hip stability. But make sure we roll forward, make sure we're feeling it in the side of the hip muscles. Exhale on the rise, inhale, coming back down. Good, we'll do 3 more. Exhale on the rise, inhale back down. 2 more. And last one. From here, just going to take that recovery. Good, so again, you can recover that for a few seconds. As again, I'll explain, the next sequence is the draw the line. So again, hips are nice and solid, slightly off. Again, point the toes away, point the toes towards you, go back. The aim is to keep those hips nice and stacked so you don't wobble behind as you drop that leg back. But just take your time with this, breathe in, going forward, breathe out, going back. Point the toes away, going forward, towards you as you go back. So from that sequence now, take a nice deep breath in, exhale on the lift. When you're ready, breathe in, going forward, exhale, going back. Breathe in, going forward, exhale, going back. Again, just trying to maintain that same line, so you imagine that foot is on that invisible table, sliding forward, sliding back. Point away, going forward, point towards, as you go back. Maintain that hip stability, so lower leg is nice and solid, top leg is the one we're focusing on. Breathe in forward, exhale away. Good, do 3 more on the line, breathe in, go forward, exhale away. Last one. And recover. Well done. So again, recover that leg for a few seconds, let that muscles relax. Again, if you have any recovery during the phase, just take that recovery and come back in. Again, over time we'll build hip stability and hip strength, so we'll be able to go longer and do more exercises. We just try and build on it week on week if we can. Last in the sideline sequence is our circles. So again, we're lifting that leg off the ground, doing a controlled circles one way and the other. Just keep that breathing in and out. Again, it doesn't matter if we're breathing seems lost or anything like that there. If you can engage the core while you exhale, that's a bonus. But again, just try not to hold the breath through these sequences. Just try and focus on breathing, and then we can build again on that as the weeks develop. So if we're ready, we're going to take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, coming up. Breathing in, and out. And again, just nice and controlled with that hip stability, making sure the hips haven't collapsed behind. Hips are nice and rolled forward. So we're still targeting that side one last time. And again, control always with your circle. Try not to go fast and use momentum. We're just trying to control all the way around from that hip. Nice controlled. Lower hip is nice and solid. Good. If we're ready, we'll change direction in that last sequence. Still staying with the breathing in and out, into the nose, out through the mouth, as we go into our last bit of circles. That's 3, 2, 1, and recover. Again, tap that side out. Well done. So just rotate around and finish with a bit of stretching on that hip on that side. So lying in our supine position, so just bring yourselves round into the core. What I want you to do first in this position, take your right leg across the left knee, And then on this position then, before you lift your leg, just take your right hand on your right knee and push the knee away from the body. You should feel that stretch in that hip joint and holding that stretch. So gently push it away, you'll find that stretch in that hip and hold that stretch for a few seconds. And there, release that hand, bringing that left leg in towards the body to get deeper into the lower part of the glutes on that stretch. Good, and release. Switching over, bringing that left leg across the right, and again before you lift the right leg up, left hand on the left knee, pushing that left knee away, find that stretch in that hip area, holding that stretch for a few seconds. These are good stretches for the hips and glutes that you can do outside if you ever feel tightness in that hip or glute area. Good, release that, bring that right leg in, find that stretch deeper if we can, just into that left hand side. Just holding up the stretch on these, no pain. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Relax and let the legs recover. Good job. So that is the sideline sequence video there. It's a great one there to help strengthen hip stability. And again, we can make it harder if you want by going a little bit longer than the video shown, or doing the video twice if you want to make it more